Hello everyone. How are you doing, guys? Today we'll continue making apps. We will continue making our series of apps with Bolt.new for the hackathon of Bolt, the biggest world hackathon. So what do we have for today? Guys, I have something very interesting. As you know, we're always trying to teach you something with this series of videos. So for today, we have the following idea that will allow us to make a very beautiful project. So let's go ahead. We are planning to make an application that is going to help people to make their will, document when they pass away, and they write down everything about basically who is going to own what and how they're going to share their assets with different family members, friends, NGOs, and so on. This is what we're going to build. Now, what is the current problem that most of these applications have? Is that most of them, you have a very long, boring form that you have to fill. Takes a lot of time. Not everyone is expert on the legal stuff. You have to really make and fill plenty of forms that's going to take you forever to do them. So the thing is, if we can help the users to basically just use a little bit of time, use enough time for them to build a very nice will, useful will that they can later on share with their family and friends, without having to input a lot of information there, guys, this is it, right? This is something that where we can provide a lot of value to a lot of people. We can, of course, use AI to actually automate part of their work as well. And we can compete basically in different challenges that are inside of the Bolt.new Hackathon. So, this stream is a little bit more complete than the other ones. It starts with idea. So the first thing we do, we search basically, all different competitions which it's around. You see, you have this, looks very old, might be good, but the interface looks a little bit too fill with a lot of things, right? Same we go with this one. This one looks a bit nicer, but I think it's almost the same logo, isn't it? Yeah, the same thing. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So, however, it's very well positioned, right? It's basically first result. Then you have this one too. Interesting. This one looks nicer. Yeah. Cool. So, if we can manage to build something like this, but easier on a shorter time, possibly using OpenAI in the back and as well using ElevenLabs, yeah, I think we can make something great out of this. So, of course, I have my homework done in here. This is what I'm always telling you guys, at least when you're building a web app with Bolt. I'm not sure how it really works when you're building that a mobile app, but with a web app, it's amazing. It's super useful if you have all these already defined. So you see all this structure. I just did it with ChatGPT. I'm using the version 03, which has a little bit more of a reasoning functionality behind. It thinks a little bit deeper, longer. So you see, app's gonna be called WillMaker AI. Why this name? Because this name, it's basically one of the keywords that people is using when they're making a will online. So everything here makes sense. This is not just randomly choosing. This is something that makes a lot of sense. There is some science behind, and this is the reason why we have this name. So, well, here we start with the whole structure, right? So how this works, we have, defined here the application. We're telling you that this is going to be using the GPT-4, the ElevenLabs voice, and the Supabase Edge Functions. Basically, well, not only storage and out, but the Supabase functions are going to be it's like a shield to protect what we call to third parties like ElevenLabs. And GPT-4, you don't remember that you don't want to keep these calls directly in your front end, exposing your API key. Someone can actually steal that, and that's something no bueno. We don't want that, right? So the whole idea here is that basically this form, we would like to help the user to get the answers prefill with a small snapshot, in plain English, about how this is going to work, you know. So basically, imagine that the user have an idea. He said like, oh well, you know, I want to split my house in my between my five daughters. This is automatically when I catch that, it's gonna try to prefill everything from him. And then after that, of course, he can check the form. He can check if everything is correct, and if everything is good, he will have a ready to sign PDF that he can download. Now, this is the first version. Of course, we can make this a little bit more complicated with providing more value, where you can kind of like make a digital sign and, you know, all these kind of legal things. However, you know, we have a limited amount of time for this competition. We are also making plenty, together, James, Hada, and me, plenty of different projects that we're just daily, you know, pushing and pushing. And, you know, we can't take the luxury of just building this super detailed. However, this is part of the startup, right? Like when you're making a startup, guys, you start with an MVP. You don't start with the whole thing ready for production with all the nice and small features, right? You first need to validate the idea with the market. You first need to see whether the market likes it or not, why it doesn't like it, why it like it, why what can be improved, and based on that, you start polishing, you know, your product, shaping it based on the needs, the real needs, not what you think, you know. Once you have that, then you have a very high chance that your startup is going to be successful. So well, as you see, we have here even defined the UI UX. I recommend you to pass this information to Bolt on the first prompt you will do, because otherwise it's going to make your application look boltish, right? Purplish, rainbow color, as used as all the Bolt SPA that you see around. So we have this. You see, we have the snapshot, possibly. Let's see. 5 quick facts, marital status, children count, GPT prefill. Okay, so, well, let's see if this is all matching together. So I'm just basically, you know, inspecting the prompt, if it makes sense. So, I think show up when ingrid preview. Okay, so I think we can make it like this. Can we make the snapshot basically as two options, text or audio, speech to text? You know, so basically you have two options, right? Like you will get here, and the thing that you will do is you want to do the wheel. Now, if you are a little bit lazier, you're just not as good with a computer typing, or you just don't like to type at all, you can just, you know, use your microphone, start speaking and saying what you want. If not, if you are more that kind of person who likes to type a little bit, then you can just type. So, basically, based on that, we'll generate the rest of the information. It's gonna be very cool. Now for this, we'll be using ElevenLabs for the transcribe. Then we will do ChatGPT for splitting the document into basically more digested data that can be used to fill the form. Let's see. Simplicity, clarity, trust. Okay, so finish one cell is in 1 minute. All right, progress bar below the top bar. It's looking good, guys. It's looking very good. So we have here limited minute flow. Okay, snapshot. Okay, I'm just not sure this flow, it's word form first AI prefill. Okay. Is this length minute flow updated? Let's see if it's just updated. Kind of look like maybe it's not fully updated. So okay, now this is replying in a Slovak language. Wow. Sometimes AI do magic stuff. Good. Anosexia. Sexia. This is saying that it's good. Good to go. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm not reading Slovak, you know, but it's still in English. Cool. So we will remove. You see, these are like things we can improve. We will remove this. Yes. And we will. This actually remove the database structure. So, okay. Dude. Add the whole DB structure for Supabase. Also, mention there to implement translations only in English for now. So the thing is, if you plan to use this project as a serious thing, you want to make sure that basically you're implementing the IN8 so that you will have translations everywhere. Otherwise, it's going to cost a lot of tokens. What is doing this? Okay. It's going to cost you a lot of tokens later to basically replace your hard-coded text to... What the hell is this doing? All right, yeah, so it's doing something. Good. Okay, so we have the profiles, the full name, address. Well, okay. We have the address, we have later to put a country, right? You know, let's say like user will have country. Good. For now, always USA. Okay, so we don't have to support all the countries from the beginning, but at least we can keep the structure ready, you know, the data ready to support it later on. We have here the buckets where we will start a PDF, then put all uploads. Not sure if we want this, but okay, cool. Compliance checklist sidebar. Sweet. Let's so enter now here. Let's do the magic, guys. Let's keep this all right. So this is good. I18N country node MPP ships in English, and as you see, it's region by default local country. Cool. We want to check if the database is also storing the country. Perfect. Nice. Let's just double check everything again here. Cool. Oh, guys, this is looking very, very sexy. WillMaker. I think we're ready to go. Let's pray this is gonna work. Copy and paste on the other stuff. Now, what I want to tell you, you see how useful this is, guys? With this, you have full control of how everything is gonna look like. Right? Of course, these have no RTS, no securities. We will add them later as it goes. For now, let's just make magic. Moment of truth, guys. Let's just check if the name is correct. WillMaker. Okay. Later we have to add the Bolt batch. We will do it later. We don't want to make so much mess. I mean, Bolt already have a lot to process with this huge prompt that I have to do. So let's give it some time and let's do this. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let's see. All right. So now this is building everything, right? You see that it's working hard to build everything we asked it to do. So it's gonna take some time, but what is nice, and this is a very good improvement that the guys at Bolt.new actually did recently, is that when you paste a big prompt, actually Bolt managed to go step by step creating each file. So you see like it takes some time, but it starts building everything. The whole structure basically is designed using the prompt that you gave it. Now, for mobile, I didn't have good experience using the strategy, but for web apps, it's always working nice. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Cool. So this continues building everything. You see here we have basically all the different pages, Supabase context, with no idea what it is. Right, yeah, yeah. This is all the typing and all the functions we need to use. Cool. Okay. Okay. Let's give it some more time to this. Let's keep this building and building and building, you know. Okay. Let's keep running. Have a good music, you know, in here, guys. It's like when you're coding and you have some good techno. That's the secret for a good code, you know. Well, now coding is AI, but you know what I mean.
Okay, so you see, guys, now we have been past now like 5 minutes. Ball still building, but this is great because it's keeping the context of everything that I gave it. You know, this is very important to do it on the right first step. Well, this keeps building and building. Second to the kitchen, guys. Bit of water, you know, it's important. Yeah, so let's see. Still building all the different steps, which I'm super surprised. Wow, look, amazing. We sent all the documentation, everything is in here. Very nice. So you can basically see that the reason why this is building everything so nice is because I did the homework to actually create the initial prompt, right? Without this, I will have, if you don't plan your app correctly, you're basically gonna be fucked because you will have to keep modifying the code, seeing what's missing, what's not missing. You know, it's a lot of work in between. So first, always define these, guys. You need to know what you want. You need to know what you want in life, not only with the app. You want a car? Which car do you want? Which brand, you know? No! It says that the internet dropped. Come on. Really? Let's see if it's true. I don't know. We can put here. Hello. Oh, come on, man. Well, that's a problem, you know? You're building a huge app and then suddenly it drops and it's like, yeah. Let's see if we can finish everything. If not, we'll have to restart the chat because otherwise it will not catch up properly. This is something maybe that could improve on the Bolt side, that rather than running the whole prompt and the whole like writing thing on the browser side, they could just run it on the backend side. So whether I close the browser or something, it will just keep building it because otherwise it's a waste of tokens and then you'll have to restart a whole project. Now we don't know if this is gonna work or not, but now I trust less what's gonna happen after this. Something that is cool though, you say like instead of just coding, you can just chill out and see what's doing. Because again, guys, the prompt was well written. That's the most important thing there, right? And I just see how Bolt is working for me. Well, I just drink filter water, you know. Okay, let's see. Let's continue building. Now all this code at a bigger stage of the project, we can ask Bolt to split it into more components. What's gonna happen is if you have a very long file, and you see here, I think we're gonna reach the 600, 400 lines. Each time that you will ask for a small change in such a long file, basically Bolt will rewrite everything from zero. It's gonna cost a lot of tokens. You can introduce a lot of bugs because it doesn't guarantee that the next time that it's gonna write a new file, basically, that is gonna have all the content, all the code, all the features that you actually defined at the beginning. So that's why it's critical later to split this. One of the things I'm seeing here, which is very interesting, is the following, and it's like I told it to use I18 for the translations. It ignored me, man. And that's, one of the downsides of the big problem, but, we can later fix it. No biggie. Just not ideal, right? Not ideal, but yeah. Okay, so we continue executor. Wow. You see, what is nice about this again is we have the whole structure, but later on, you can go step by step, improve this, use better icons, better styles, better everything. The most important thing is the whole core is made it, and it's running properly. Look at this project, guys. Look at the size of this. This is all done with me just looking at it. You know, and I think this is going to be the job of most of the software developers now that AI is taking care of all this. You will be the architect of the applications. You will be the one managing, telling, planning what to do, how to do it to the AI. Not even how to do it, just what to do. You will create a blueprint. An AI is going to start building everything for you. So it's going to run as nice as possible, and you will just be double checking if everything is all right and so on. I would really love to see from Bolt.new a feature of self-testing code. I know that Replit, for example, have this feature, and it's lovely because each time you do a new feature, basically it self-tests everything, and that saves a lot of time. You know, not perfect, but it works a lot. Okay, so it finished-ish. Because it has some errors, it's going to ask me now to connect to Supabase as well. Um, we also have to start this gate, you know, it's a very good practice. You want to keep everything in a repo. So let's split this into two steps now. Let's fix these main errors that we have, and then I think it forgot to create a whole structure for Supabase, and it forgot as well to create edge functions in Supabase. Very important, you know. So we can write it down. We need to create a Supabase database and add functions for the GT and ElevenLabs. 11 labs, yeah. Look at this beauty, guys. This is looking like a piece of art, you know. Such a good times to be building code like this. You know, I used to make all these by hand. And you don't know how many developers it takes, or how much it takes, how much time it takes if you build it alone. So this is just amazing. It's amazing just to be alive in this time where AI is doing the magic for you. Yeah, so you say now this Supabase is failing. Of course it's failing, dude. We need to create a Supabase database, its functions, etc. We need to integrate this with Supabase. So come on, bro. Bolt, you can do it. Now you see, like the whole database structure is still following what I sent on the initial prompt. So the whole chat have the context of what I sent, which is amazing. Again, telling you guys, make a good prompt. Of course, this will not be running because nice. This is creating even the seat. But this will not be running because we need to connect now the Supabase. I don't need to disconnect my Supabase. I connect to a different account because now I made so many different projects. I reached the limit on Supabase, so I have to create a new account, and this is what I have to connect now. I just didn't do it on purpose so that I will show you guys how to do this. Music is like a drug, isn't it? Keeps you focused in the moment. Cool, so now you see we have these. Of course, we don't have this key set up. We will have to set them up inside of Supabase. But first of all, let's start by connecting this to Supabase. So we will go now, we will go to applications, we will click here and disconnect. Now we click on connect. I have the new account. Let's authorize it using Primary Reality, which by the way is an amazing service, guys. If you need to publish more than 100 content, videos, posts about your SaaS, about your application, everywhere, all the possible popular networks, with Brand Reality, we can help you to do that. Make your SaaS, make your app, make your mobile app super popular. Just focus on coding, just focus on building your app. We take care of making your app popular. Now we click here, create a new project. We will create here WillMaker with the password. Let's put this USA, North Virginia. Create a new project and let's do the magic, guys. Now this should be creating everything. And it failed. Why it failed? I didn't create shit. Cool. So let's see. So the integration failed. Connect to project. Apply changes. This is going to create a database. Then after the database is created, it's going to create the seed data, you know, because we want to fill information to the charities where we will donate. Once we die, we want to say, oh, you know, want to put certain things here and there. Cool. So this is looking nice. Now what we can do is we can improve this homepage. We can use better data. So what we can do is we can take this text. We can tell it like based on this nice will app, create a similar text for the homepage, not the same one as we respect copyrights. Create it based on what WillMaker AI offers. Optimize the homepage to sell. Just return the content and we will pass it bold. Reference content. This is just to give it some information to you, some context about it, of course. Okay, cool. So well, a charitable build in the USA, but let's copy this. Adapt text to the current features that our project does. My English is improved, right? Okay, so basically we don't want to lie. We want just to offer what we have. We just give it some information of what's in the page and give it to the website. So now this part reviewed by state attorneys, I'm not sure if we want to keep it, at least not for now. Let's not lie. However, we can do it like this. Group the homepage. I mean, we have encryption, but not the password, but okay, let's keep it for now. Later we can improve it. All right, so let's continue here. Remove this part, and we can tell it, boom, do it. Looking sexy. Meanwhile, we can go here. We can go to the secrets. We can check what this created. All right, so we have OpenAI key. We will take the ElevenLabs. Wait, something failed. Come on, bro, you can finish it. Now, these are the new secrets that are going to be used in these functions, edge functions from Supabase. So here, guys, again, please be careful. Do not share, please, your keys with anyone. So I have this ready. We'll go here, ElevenLabs, and we just paste it here, save. We need to redeploy the functions. This is looking very, very sexy. I think for today, guys, we will finish this just because I have to leave soon, guys. So let's just ensure use nice images from Pexels. Pexels, by the way, like image library that will give you a lot of images with free license for your business. So it's amazing when you're building something like this. Images provides a lot of value when it comes to the user experience, user interface of your website. So you can say use nice images for pixels in the home page. Keep it clean. Yeah, friendly. Okay. Let's see what Magic is gonna do. Meanwhile, I wanna let's just before finishing the video, let's create here an account. We can do Jose. We can put here pressure of a this is gone as usual. Okay. Oh, this is maybe validating. Okay, so brand virality. I refresh everything. Well, let's see what it did. Nice. Perfect. If we check this, what was prefill? Yeah, well, let's see how the user interface looks like. Okay. Make the hero image a bit more visible without affecting reading the hero text on top. Keep it clean. All right. Now I want to test this. We will go here again. We can put like user brand virality, and we can put whatever password, create an account. Wait. Well, I don't know if it creates something. Let's check here how the database is looking like. Oh, well, it didn't create yet. Oh, no. What is this, guys? Let's check. Okay, cool. Here we are. We have the new profile, which is created here. Cool. It just didn't redirect us to the right page, but it has to redirect us later. Right, because you see, it gets started and it didn't log in. So we sign in. Oh, okay. I need to confirm my email. What you can do for now just to bypass this is that you can go here, you can click here. Because we don't have the email set up, we can just set this as valid. Let me check where this feature was. Just set. Where was this option? Or if it was possible to basically be able to approve the user as it is. Well, we can keep that one for the next session. But look how beautiful this is looking, guys. I mean, this is looking, fuck, I have to say it looks amazing. We will keep it for now here. Maybe just, let's make sure, please. After user sign up, okay, let's keep it as it is because I was close to tell it to after you sign up to automatically, log in. However, in the real scenario, we first want to, you know, verify the email and so on. In this case, of course, I didn't receive any email because we need to set up this correctly. But we can just disable this here. Wait. Let me just again click here, confirm email, save. Now we go again to authentication. I don't think this is gonna allow me to. Let's see if we can create the email. I will be very curious, guys, to show you how this is looking like. You know what? Just for a matter of presentation, what's this? Just create an account just to finish the video properly. Create account. Boom. My guys, look, this is looking super good. Super good. For the first try, I mean, I think we could do the one-shot competition right now with this. You know, this can really qualify this. Basically, we have everything properly defined here. Of course, we need to fix stuff that's completely valid, but maybe we can even participate in a competition, because with this, we can participate in the boys competition. We can apply on the Netlify competition, Supabase. Wow, I mean, yes. Now this draft, I don't know what it is. Ooh, look at this, guys. A little bit foggy, you know, but this is looking amazing. Now, of course, we're starting from here, right? So this is, again, I don't know why this create is from zero, small issues, but the whole thing in here is that this is going to be very corporate, but very easy to use. Let's see how this is looking like. How many children we have? I mean, guys, this is so intuitive. We won 5 times the Bolt Hackathon competition. We have 5 mil right there. Next question. Do you have pets you want to provide for? Yes. Well, you should ask me. And this is not updating this. Okay, so here we should preload as well everything. We have some work to do still, guys, but we will keep this for later. Cool. Let's test this just quickly. Okay, let's just fix this error. Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish this now because otherwise I'm gonna keep doing, finishing, fixing, repairing this up, and it's not fair for me. I have to live right now, you know. But we will keep this for the next session, guys. See you later. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, just drop it as a comment in the channel. And wish you a lot of luck in your competition as well, and in your vibe coding too. So see you later. Bye bye.